Hey guys, Manny here. So I'm so excited. Myself and 4 other coaches are going to be leading this challenge group that starts on Monday. And before it starts, I wanted to show you some basic tools that we use to stay on track. So I did a little video for you guys to show you how to figure out your needed caloric intake per day and how to track your food, because if we're tracking our food, we're more likely to stay on track and make sure that we are actually eating the right type of foods and macronutrients and not exceeding or under eating. So I wanted to give you a visual of what that looks like, and if you have any questions, just post below this video, but here's a little bit of a tutorial to show you how to do this. What I'd like you guys to do first is, if you don't have a MyFitnessPal account, make sure you go to myfitnesspal.com, create an account. You could link it to Facebook if you'd like. That way you could add friends if you want to later. It's not essential, but that's what I did with mine. Then I'm on my home page. And what I'd like you to do, and I'd like you to do this from an actual computer or laptop first. You could definitely, and I recommend downloading the app from your phone, as that's probably how you'll be actually entering your food most of the time, since your phone is always with you. But initially, even if you have an app on your phone already, I'd like you to go to your laptop computer, go to your profile, create one if you don't have one, and then go to Goals, and go to Change Goals. Now, what you're going to click on is Custom. Continue. Now, I'm going to toggle to the next tab for just a second to show you how I came up with this number. What you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to, and I will send this link to you guys in a post so you can actually do this. This is on freedieting.com. I'd like you to use the caloric intake requirements that this website gives you. It's a lot more accurate and more realistic than the one that they present in MyFitnessPal. You're going to enter your age, your gender, your weight, your height. This is your current one. For me, I entered, I work out 5 times a week, very intense. So it's all dependent on what you think you're going to be working out within this challenge that you want to input in here. Then you're going to want to calculate. Okay? So, for example, let's say someone was 150, and let's say they were 35 years old, and let's say they were 5'6", and let's say they were going to work out 5 times a week. Calculate. You see it comes up with a number. If you wanted to maintain, you would be aiming to eat that number a day. For fat loss, you want to stick to 1630. For extreme, 1223. Most people make the mistake of always going for the extreme fat loss number. We're recommending for this challenge that you stick to the fat loss number, which is at 1630, if that was your number, and really try to stick with that. If you do extreme fat loss, you will oftentimes find that you're very hungry and you're not as likely to stay on track. Okay, so that is the first step that you're going to do. You're going to put in your stats. You're going to go ahead and get that middle number. Now you go back to MyFitnessPal. My number happened to be 1736. You're going to have ratios automatically fill in when you do that. What I'd like you guys to do is, unless you are advised by your doctor to eat a certain amount of carbs, what I have done is I did the 40-30-30, which is basically the zone diet or the Mediterranean diet, which gives you a really good balance of macronutrients between carbs, protein, and fat. 40% healthy carbs, 30% protein, 30% fat. Done. Here you go. Change goals. It's done. Go back to my home page, and there it is. So what I'm going to do is, when I add food, if I'm adding it from my computer, you can type in your breakfast, add food, search anything you want. Shakeology's even in here, because a gazillion people drink Shakeology. There you go. Let's say you add that. I actually had chocolate. And you go to add. I'm sure most of you guys already use MyFitnessPal, but in case you don't, you see how it figures that out. 150, remaining 1586 for the day. So the same thing is what you can do from your phone. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you're definitely trying to stick to that caloric number per day, not to shoot for way under, not to shoot for way over. keeping in mind that there is an option, as you will see over here, add exercise. So, for example, if I added exercise, let's say, you see, I have a whole bunch of things that I'm already used to doing. So let's say I added Insanity Cardio Power Resistance. It just asks you to put in the amount of time. If you have a heart rate monitor, the amount of calories you burned, if you know that number, and then you add checked. Now watch what's going to happen. You go back to my home. You see how I had more than that per day, but example, 150 calories, subtract it from that, minus 192, I have a minus 42 net. You see, it in essence adds that 192 that you used to exercise, and it gives you that much more that you can have. You see what I mean? So that number just went up. Now, it's really, really up to you if you want to use that exercise calorie amount and go ahead and allow yourself to eat those additional calories, or you could just pretend that, you know, that number doesn't even exist and just stick to the number that it tells you to eat per day. Totally up to you. Regardless, you will lose weight, you will lose fat if you are sticking to that fat loss caloric number that I just showed you. So, if you have any questions, please post in the video post below in comments. And I just want to say that I know it's cumbersome at times to track your food intake. And believe me, I myself have struggled with that, and sometimes I struggle with that. But I assure you that 9 times out of 10, when you are not seeing progress or you're plateauing, it's because something needs to be tweaked. It could be a minor tweak. And when I started tracking, I really started being more aware of the fact that I was eating more calories than I thought I was eating. So oftentimes we underestimate what we're eating, and we overestimate the amount that we're burning. So it's really important to track. This is meant to give us an insight on what we're doing, and it's meant to help us build healthy habits. So if you have a cell phone, make sure you download your MyFitnessPal app, and make sure that you do the steps I showed you so that you could actually see where you need to go to get to your goals. Hope this has helped. Post any questions below, guys.